Well, I was wrong about two things. The Hiatus is back on, and Lapis wasn't in this episode. But otherwise, it was a good way to round out the end of the Steven bomb. I shouldn't have expected after a two-parter to be hit by a major wave of new material, but hey, that was my own fault. On to the actual episode itself. Log date 7512 develops not only Peridot interactions with Garnet, but also has a lot of comic relief having to do with Peridot being unknown to this world. In a very similar sense to When It Rains, it really did develop the character as an unknowing creature, especially at the time. The logs, I'm assuming, were a few weeks before the drill was actually completed, so seeing Peridot interact with this world is quite funny and amusing to see. Particular moments including when she wanted to see if every organism could fly, and then proceeded to push Greg off the roof, was, in her words as I quote, quite amusing. Also, the visual gags are quite funny. In particular, the joke book's title sums up me in a sentence. And we get to see the third appearance of Opal, which is now treated as pretty casual. The main plot point of this episode is the interactions between Peridot and Garnet. And I almost forgot what it was like to have the really cool version of Garnet instead of the motherly type. Finally got that cool vibe back, which I really appreciate. And Peridot learning to accept not fusion, but her, is a really cool character development on Peridot's part. Garnet just made this episode though. Every word out of her mouth is calculated. Every move she does precise. She understands people better than they understand themselves. And that's what makes her an excellent character. It may seem like she's a character with little flaws, but that's what makes her so good. When you see her flaws, it makes it so much more satisfying. And though they're not shown in this episode gives her more character, surprisingly enough. And subsequently, it gives the other characters she interacts with more character, like Peridot. Thank you all for watching. Hope you all enjoyed this Steven bomb. I certainly did. Thank you all for the new people who have subscribed. I really do appreciate it. And stick around. There will be more vlogs. I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry if you don't like that kind of stuff, but keep with me, bear with me. I will do my best to put as much Steven Universe content out as possible. In fact, this weekend will be the full theory on the first episode I did of the Steven bomb. So stay tuned.